Hello, YouTube. This is Thor Marino, the writer and director of When Jack Came Back. I just wanted to take a real quick minute here to, first off, thank you all, everyone that's watched the movie. I just want you all to know that I've read, I think I have, unless I've missed one here or there, but I have read every comment that you guys have written. And, this is a movie that I was proud of before, but I've never been more proud of a project that I've done than I am now. And that is because of the messages that you folks have written. And it's just astonishing to me. First of all, the amount of people that have watched the movie and then somehow appreciated it, and they've appreciated the work that we did making this film is wonderful. Um, and it feels very good. I'm not going to lie. It's really nice to do something and have so many people that you probably will never meet appreciate what you've done, and the kind words that you have sent to me has meant so much. It makes me so unbelievably proud. Other than the pride I have in my kids, this is probably the most awesome thing that I've ever experienced in my life. The outpouring of kindness, the nice things that you've said about the film, the nice things. Oh man, I've got a wispy over here. That's better, or maybe not. There we go. I gotta keep pretty for you guys. But anyway, try to ignore my hair. Um, I'm working on some other things, so I'm probably tired. But anyway, I just feel like it's really important to express to you guys how much it's impacted me, and how much I appreciate you seeing a movie and then thinking, I'm going to take some time out of my busy day to let them know what I thought. It's just it's amazing to me, and I'm grateful to all of you that have done it. But another thing that I've noticed is that a lot of the people that have written something have also shared a personal experience about either a loss or a similar situation that they find themselves in now, whether it was with an older sibling, a parent, a spouse, and I just I just want you all to know that again, I've read your messages, and I feel for you. I truly do. Um, somebody had wrote a story, or not a story, but they had written a comment about how they saw their grandparent go through it, and that's what happened to me. Some of the things that happened in the movie are things that I remember happening with my grandmother when we would visit her, and obviously you remember all the amazing things that whomever this has affected in your life had done, whether whatever it is that your joy, and why you love that person, those are memories that you try to hold on to. Sadly, as we know, as this disease kind of takes over, this person transforms in some way. Sometimes it's the things, the memory and stuff like that, but sometimes they almost become a completely different person, and somewhat unrecognizable. And the fight daily is to try to remember why you're there and why you loved them so much before this happened. And I know that there are a huge range of emotions every day, from little pleasures if they seem to smile or recognize, to the devastating things of them when they can be so um, distant or forgetful or even cruel. And you guys are going through, a lot of the people that have commented are going through this right now, and I just want you to know that you writing that out, it doesn't go unnoticed. every time I read one of these messages, I think in my mind of you. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you look like, but I understand the emotion. I understand some of the feelings that you're going through. And so I just want you to know that you are not writing to a big company or anything like that. The person that's seeing it, among the other people, of course, that are reading it as well, but I want you to know that I am reading these and I am hearing you and I am thinking of you. So I just want you to know that. And I won't go on and on and on because sometimes I tend to do that. But thank you very much for trusting me to entertain you for a little bit and also sharing what you've been through or what you're going through. I'm here and I hear you. Not to change the subject, but to change the subject a little bit. I thought it would be kind of interesting, and I thought you guys might appreciate this little tidbit of information about when Jack came back. Everybody loves Lindsay, and in this movie, she's wonderful. I remember watching her in like The Rockford Files and Bionic Woman, of course, and she's done a lot of other wonderful things since then. But I think this is, and I'm probably biased, but I think this is my favorite thing I've ever seen her do because it was something so different from anything I've ever seen her do, and it showed how amazing she is as an actress. So, that being said, I wanted to tell you guys, and this is kind of interesting or fun, about a couple of the other actresses that I had spoke to about playing this role and how close it actually was that Lindsay was never even contacted about being in this movie. Originally, my thought for the actress to play this movie was Talia Shire. And for those of you that don't remember who that is, she was in the Rocky movie, she was Adrian. She was the baby sister in The Godfather, and she was so wonderful in those movies that I thought this would be perfect. We didn't have Mike Markoff yet, so we didn't know who the son was going to be. So we knew that if we were able to land Talia as an actress in this movie, if she liked the script and agreed to do it, that we would find somebody that, kind of looked more like her and it would fit. And ultimately, her agent called back after I sent the script, and he said that she really liked it and wanted to talk to me, which is crazy because, yes, I've been doing this for a very long time, but there are legends in this industry, and if you ever get an opportunity to work with someone like that, it's really spectacular. It's what you dream of. So when I heard that she was interested, obviously I was nervous, but I was given her number and I called her, and she was one of the sweetest people I've ever gotten the chance to visit with, and I talked to her multiple times on the phone. I feel like we became friends. She would send me pictures of her grandchildren. She wanted to know a lot of information about the character and stuff like that, and ultimately agreed to do it. And unfortunately, because of a medical issue that had popped up, which I'm sure she's fine now, but at the time it became very serious, she had to cancel about a week and a half before we started shooting, which was obviously devastating. We were very concerned. However, her agent, who was a really nice guy, I don't remember his name right now, but he had other actresses that were interested. And one of the other actresses that I talked with, was a great actress by the name of Dyan Cannon. I spoke with her on the phone about it, and we went back and forth discussing it. And again, one of the sweetest people I had ever spoke to. Loved the role and wanted to do it. Somehow the script had started to get around to other agents. It was very interesting. And I was starting to get emails from other people. And so when that happened, um, we started to get kind of people finding out what could they get a copy of the full script, could they, and so all of a sudden Lindsay Wagner's name came up. And I remembered Lindsay from The Bionic Woman. And so I wasn't sure how that would work. I wasn't sure. I knew obviously that she had the ability to do it, but I just didn't know if it was going to work that way. Everybody thinks of her as such a vibrant, amazing person. Not that the other actresses weren't, but I mean, her character was basically a robotic woman that could jump up and down off of buildings. I didn't know if that made sense to have her playing such a vulnerable role. And I ended up talking to her on the phone, and I believe literally that before she flew to Des Moines, Iowa, where we shot this movie, she had just flown from like Hong Kong or something like that. Like, she literally had the script within a couple of days of coming here to make the movie. So if you think about that, she came here the 2 days, I think 2 days before we started shooting, met with Mike Markoff, and we did a table read the day before we started shooting. And one of the first scenes we ever shot, in fact, the first scene we ever shot with Lindsay, the first scene of the movie that we shot, was the scene with her at the kitchen table where she calls Mike to tell, or calls Jack, Mike is his real name, but calls Jack to tell him that his father died. So that's the very first scene she had to do, which is, right off the bat. And the other scene that we did that day was the table scene where they get into the argument about him leaving early, right after the funeral. And clearly she doesn't want him to go. We know that, she's pushy and kind of gruff, but ultimately the reason why she's being mean about it is because she's mad that he's leaving and she doesn't want him to go, but she doesn't know how to say, I miss you and I want you to stay longer. So she's does what she does. But anyway, I just thought that this would be interesting for you guys to know, and I'd like to, maybe I'll do a couple more videos about experiences on the set if you guys are interested in them. But I really thought you guys might be interested to hear who almost played Lindsay's character before Lindsay came in and hit it home run. And I will say this before I close this video out. Now that Lindsay did the movie, and I knew right away, once I met her and I heard the table read and stuff like that, I knew that everything happens for a reason. But yeah, everything happens for a reason. And I will tell you that once she was here, as much as I loved visiting with Talia and getting to know her and how sweet she was to me and how much she liked the script, and Diane, who was very much the same, and a couple others that we went through that process, but those are the ones that really stand out to me. Lindsay, in my opinion, no one could have done what Lindsay did. Lindsay was brilliant in this, and I will be forever grateful that she took a chance on this screenplay and took a chance on me, because she didn't know me as a director at that time, and quite honestly, a lot of the stuff that I had done before was a completely different genre. So she really took a leap of faith, and I told her that, and I thanked her for it, and she would always say very nice things, give me a kiss on the cheek, and just tell me good job. So very, very, very sweet, very, very kind, and I'm forever grateful that she took a chance on that movie. So anyway, thank you guys. I hope you all have a great weekend or whenever it is that you see this. And if you ever have any questions about the production or anything like that, don't be afraid to send me a comment. Don't be afraid to send me a message or whatever. I'd love to chat with you, and thank you so much for your continued support. The movie's we're sneaking up on almost 300,000 views in about 2 weeks. So amazing. Thank you guys so much, and have a great day. Take care.